So last time we tried this... yeah, we got smashed. It shows that this game is extremely hard and I went into it woefully unprepared. But I'm a stubborn old mule and I want to try this again. However, I now know how hard this game actually is. Normal Nuzlocke rules apply for this, but I've decided to make it a series, well, depending on how far I actually go. It could only last 10 minutes or I might actually make it to the end. The challenge will end when I lose all Pokemon in my party and it is completed when I beat the Elite Four. I welcome all my regular honest arseholes to the video, and for anyone who's new, welcome to the show. If you want to come and be a member of the Honest Arseholes, then hit that subscribe button, and I look forward to joining you in my HA Council. Are we ready? It's time to do this yet again. We start adventure again with my Mudkip, and we call her Kipper. I hope she can do better than her brethren did last time. We head north and fight Mage Trico, which could prove to be a bitch later on down the line. I still can't believe it has Quick Attack already. We win the battle and head back straight to the lab, and we get given our Pokedex, and now the fun is about to begin. It's time to catch our first new member of the squad, and we head to Route 1 and we acquire a Pidgey. A fucking Pidgey. How exciting. Well, I suppose it's not a Caterpie or anything like that. If you're one of my honest arseholes, then you'll know as always I call my Pidgeys EasyJet. I remember that towns have grass as well, so I head to Oldale Town and we meet a Growlithe. Nice! I love Growlithe. This is due to him being a powerful Pokemon and having the ability Intimidate, which is amazing, and I gave him what he gave me, an orgasm. Okay, I didn't have a real orgasm, otherwise I probably would have been arrested. We head north to the next route, and after a little bit of walking, we obtain a Mary, which I called Sean, after Sean the sheep. If you don't know what this is, oh my god, research Wallace and Gromit now, possibly one of the best British exports we have alongside the Beatles, Manchester United and the Great British Bake Off. We head west from Oldale Town to where we originally called Ralts, but this time I catch a Nidoran. Get in! I love Nidoking and its typing is pretty good as well. Nidoking was one of my favourite Pokemon from Generation 1 and he still is today. I'm really looking forward to seeing it back on the VGC scene soon. I call this soon to be Brute Thrasher. I had a look at the squad so far and it's looking quite good at the moment, far better than if I was playing the game normally. Now the main lesson I have learned from attempting this stupid challenge is that my Pokemon's levels need to be high, like stupid high, like as high as my brother on a Friday night high. I just need to accept that I'm going to have to grind a lot, which is an absolute ball ache as the encounter rate is so low. This is intentional because grinding is a way to make an RPG a breeze, so Kaizo makes it doing it such a chore. After a long while, I face my first train and I get through it okay. I actually stop picking up berries because I feel I'm going to need anything to get my hands on. Orgasm wins his first match with a little problem, especially against bug catchers as it has the type advantage. I arrive in Petalburg City and go after my 6th member of my team and wondering what I'm going to get. A grass type would be really handy, but I end up getting Squirtle, which I lose my shit over. Squirtle is one of my favourite Pokemon, but also Blastoise can be a defensive tank if needed. I catch it and called it what I did. I squirted. Again, I know what you're all thinking. I was watering my flowers with a squirty bottle, you dirty, dirty bastards. We go meet Dad and Wally and watch that wanker capture Ralts, and we then head west and we catch a Jigglypuff, which I called Ollie Murs. I had no idea why I did this, but it was the only singer I could think of at the time. Like, out of all the choices I had, I went with Ollie Murs. I don't even know if the majority of people know who that is. If you do know who that is, please put that in the comments because I do love a bit of Ollie Murs. Now, this is where I ended up failing last time, which on reflection is horrendous considering it's before the first gym. I had to really have a hard look at myself after last time and trying to work out what is it I fight for and what is it really means to live. Now whilst trying to do some grinding, I nearly lost Sean the sheep, so I switched into EasyJet and bang! First one's gone already. Well, that didn't take long, did it? I was hoping EasyJet would have lasted a little bit longer, but yeah, that's what happens. Into the box it goes, and I wonder how many of these we're going to be seeing over this adventure. Let me know what you think the final total will be in the comments below, because I suspect it's going to be pretty high. I just know I'm going to hate doing this because leveling up is such a ball ache, even more so when you can randomly lose one of your team for a stupid fucking reason. I arrived back at the Beach of Death that my last attempt failed at. I faced the bird trainers and even Sean is struggling, which shows how hard this is going to be. But next is the fisherman, the bastard that we lost to last time. Fucking Magikarp with bounce. A Magikarp with bounce and I still can't believe it. I'm not taking any chances and start leveling up. So much so I got Kipper to evolve to Marshtop, and I told you I was going overkill. I got Sean to level 13 and I managed to get through all his Pokemon. Piss off you fisherman wanker, go back and catch your piss poor Magikarps. I enter the Petalburg Woods where I catch a Pineco, and I've never had to use one of these, but it's good to have backup. Although I have no idea how I'm going to use this thing in battle. I really feel that I'm going to need a textbook at some point to construct some movesets. Orgasm loves the woods due to the bugs on site and everything can be burnt to a crisp. Then we have to face the Magma Grunt, where the Orgasm takes out the Magnemite and the Coughing. He even has time to get rid of his own Fire Dog colleague, and then he brings out a Bagon. The fuck? He has a fucking Bagon, like a pseudo-legendary already. Remember, this is before the first fucking gym. Thankfully, Doggy does get rid of it, and then finishes off his team by getting rid of the Duskull. So in reality, it got rid of them all. But it made me think this is going to be an absolute hell of a ride. We get our thank you and head off for our adventure. Personally, I wouldn't have minded stealing the Bagon for myself because it would have been absolute mint, and I hope I get one before the end of this challenge. We arrive on Route 4 where we find no patches of grass. You bastard game, I need soldiers. I need as many as possible because, as I said, I'm going to be losing Pokemon in horrendous numbers. We meet some girls equipped with the bastard Smurgles. The double wankers. Quite cool to face because you never know what you're going to be getting from the ball-gagging dog. We head north and... the fuck? The fucking fuck? Is that Red? Are you joking? Red, the strongest trainer ever. Did I get hit in the head and beat the Elite Four and now I'm somehow at the end of the game? This is nuts. I shouldn't be fighting Red now. Oh, it looks like however bitching about it's not going to save me. He sends out Eevee and I send out Orgasm and get rid of it, and Bulbasaur for good measure. With a good flinch I get rid of Squirtle and Charmander. In fact, I get rid of them all. What the fuck? I still can't believe I'm fighting Red. This is insane. I enter Robustro City after the legendary battle and get the HM cut, which is a pain really because I can't get a slave to do the work. We do some more leveling before we go fight the gym leader, where we get Orgasm to level 19, I Squirtle to level 14, Thrasher to 14, and Sean to level 14, which means he evolves into Flaffy. With all this training I was hoping that it would be enough, and I soon realised that it wasn't enough, as the first level of the first gym was level 14. I decided that I needed to be a high level, so I get Squirtle to evolve into Wartortle. I even went one further and got it to level 24, Kipper to level 24, and Orgasm to level 21. Yes, overkill is needed, and it took me fucking ages, but thankfully, COVID has made sure I have a lot of time on my hands. Let's be honest, if it wasn't for having a family, I'd be cheering these challenges out all the time, unlike most men who would probably just be watching something that rhymes with Horn Pub. Okay, I probably would be doing that. But I digress. I am still just amazed at some of the Pokemon these trainers are whipping out. Like, they're all just so random and have really good movesets, which helps keep me on my toes and means I cannot get complacent by just smashing the A button. I get to Roxanne and she starts off with Nosepass and I get rid of it with my Squirtle. Lilip is next, so I end up using my Orgasm to get an Intimidate on it. I get lucky burning it, but then Sinnoh has a Recover, which is madness being only the first gym. After a bit of messing around, I get the bastard to fall. Anaroth is next, so I have to switch in Kipper, who removes it in one. Relinkarth is next, so I switch it to Sean, who started using Amnesia, but luckily I got a Thunder Wave on it, and I got very lucky with a critical hit because that could have been a pain in the arse. The Mighty Shuckle was out, so I used Olimurse to sing it and put it to sleep, and Kipper was able to get rid of it before Rollout could finish me off. Finally, it was Lunatone who had Hypnosis, so I switched back to Olimurse, who ended up biting the dust, but let's be honest, he was never going to last long. I switch into Orgasm and get lucky with some flinches and wipe it out. And the first badge is mine, and this was not exactly easy even though I am way over leveled. I know this is going to be so hard, I can see it now and I honestly don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. So it's on to the next stage of our adventure, where we meet the researcher who had been robbed of his bits. Things. I actually have no idea what was stolen. We make our way out to Rustturf Tunnel while fighting the random trainers. While in the tunnel I obtain a Nosepass which I've never had before and I call him the BFG. We meet the Aqua Grunt who stole the parts, and she starts with a fucking Dratini, Jesus Christ, but luckily I just obtained a Aurora Beam and wiped it out. Kipper is able to use Mudshot to help clear the way out for the next few bastards. I don't trust the Caravana, but it dies anyway. I get the Devon Goods back and save someone's sexy bird, and he allows me to ride his boat. We hit up President Stone, who gives me a letter to give to his son, and I'm still insulted I have to do this, as he has a mobile phone he can ring him on. However, before I leave Rustboro City, we have to fight May. She sends out Farfetch and I use Squirtle to remove it in one. I move to Kipper when Minun comes out and one wood shot seals its fate. Groval's next and I switch straight into Orgasm, but then the thing has Rock Tomb, but thank God it does fuck all and one Flame Wing removes it. Nidorina is next to battle and I'm nearly wiped out by Poison, which forces a switch. Kipper comes back in and I keep getting screwed by the paralysis until fuck! There goes my starter, you are fucking kidding me! I really needed Kipper. I sent out Ice Squirtle to finish it and get the revenge. I have to take out the beloved Totodile and Charmander next to get me the win, so at least we know she's got 3 starters to play with for this adventure. I honestly didn't think I'd be sending my starter to the graveyard this early in the run. With this done, I go past Red and kick him in the balls as I'm so pissed off that I lost Kipper. With this ball kicking now done, I get the Sex Boat and arrive in Dewford. There is a little patch of grass here and we obtain a Makahita and I call him Yokozuna. We have to fight an Aqua Grunt, which I can't remember fighting in the normal version, and I managed to get the win. However, during this battle, I get a kick to the stomach when I see him use a Marsh Top. Oh, Kipper, I miss you. And then a few minutes later, bang! I lost Sean to a burn. Are you kidding me? To a burn. Fuck, I needed him so badly. We enter the cave and get given flash by a random hiker, which is very nice of them. We have a little run around where we catch Mawile. God, if I had Mega Evolution, I would be all over this, as Mega Mawile is an absolute beast. I wonder if they're going to bring that back to Sword and Shield. After this, I need some time to level up, as I know this team has taken a beating. To improve the team, I get Thrasher to become Nidorino and learn Thrash. I get Yokozuna to evolve into Hariyama, which adds a lot of power into this team. After a ball ache, and I mean a fucking ball ache of grinding, I go into the gym. With having Yokozuna, I thought I'd be a good place here, and I was right. I had enough power to do some major damage here. We get to Brawly, and he sends out Hitmontop, so I send out Orgasm just to get the Intimidate off. After getting my big boy in, one Force Palm is all it's needed to see it off. He sends out Polygraph, and I always forget this thing has Hypnosis, which can ruin everyone's day, but luckily I wake up from it and get rid of it. Hitmonlee proves to be no problem at all, and neither does Hitmonchan. Meditite can be a worry due to its typing, and nearly got taken out with a critical, however I survive and finish it. Now it becomes me versus me, so I switch into Ice Squirted and start tossing it off and hope to God. 3 tosses it all it needs to go down. And that's the Knuckle Badge in my possession, however there have been some heavy losses running up to this gym. We leave the gym and have to bring Sean back from the dead to use Flash. I head into the Granite Cave and what the fuck? Oh come on. This is an actual nightmare, it's an ice-filled disaster and I have bugger all to see. This took me so long to do, like I was losing the will to live with the amount of shite that was being thrown at me. I can just imagine that there's going to be more of this bollocks later on. We finally get through it all and to Steven and drop off his fucking letter and spit in his face. I swear to God your dad owes me. With everything done here, we head off to Slateport City. Oh, look at all these lovely trainers to fight. I literally get off the boat and someone wants to fight me. However, winning this battle gives me the access to Cross Chop, which is fantastic. We then have a duel battle against these 2 little girls who are hiding under the umbrellas. Oh, more fantastic news. Hidden trainers. No dodging anything here. Christ, I can see I'm going to get screwed here. But this actually doesn't happen, and we manage to get through the Bridge of Death unscathed, and I arrive in Slateport where we acquire an Electrike, which I named Tion. I actually have no idea why I named him Tion. I was just really stuck on a name. But now I have another electric Pokemon, and Sean goes back into the graveyard. I head up to Route 110 and get a Murkrow, which I call the Raven. I may need this thing later on due to its ability, Prankster. I head back to the beach house and start fighting the trainers inside, and it really doesn't look like the type of place where Pokemon battles can happen. The guy was so impressed with the battles he gave us 6 bottles of soda water. Is that it? That's a bit shit. I head north and then go see Team Aqua, who are politely looking at stuff in the museum until they try and steal stuff on the first level. They are wiped aside thanks to me leveling up, and all this was done very easily. Then Archie rocks up and says, no man, no worries, no chills, chill your beans, it's all good, and just buggers off. I head north and make my way on the lower bit of the bridge, as I'm not looking forward to this at all. But first we have to take out the annoying arse trainers on the way. There's quite a lot of these bastards, which means I can level up a bit. I decided to build up Tion's level and evolved him into Manectric, and I can't afford losing his power. When I was ready, I went to fight May. This is normally a pain in the arse in the proper game, so God knows what this is going to be like on this version. She first sends out Minion again, and I decide to go out with Orgasm, and I have to switch out to Big Boy Tion, which is able to get rid of it. She sends out Nidorina, so I switch into the big boy who gets rid of it, and Pidgeotto. Croconaw comes out and is also taken out. So is Charmeleon, and so is Grovitile. Actually, it was quite easy, and I was generally worried about this. With this, I'd arrived in Morville City, which can actually be a pain in the arse due to electric Pokemon being so powerful. I head east on 117, facing trainer battles along the way, and from here we pick up a Nuzleaf, and we are defo catching this thing for sure, and I call him Lock for obvious reasons. We then get into a double battle, which are always the worst due to the fact that they can double up on a Pokemon. Orgasm and Tion are both paralysed and asleep, which is not a good start. I stupidly leave the Orgasm in to fight the Azumarill and get what I deserved. Fuck! And I was devastated as I loved the dog, but I was more gutted because of its ability, and intimidated there aren't that many users in the game. I get the bike and meet with Wally, who wants a battle, and he sends out his Ralts, which is, what the hell, level 70? What in the world? But surprisingly it goes down really easy, which I find really weird. I finally decide to go to the grass, and the company mascot appears, so I call it Lord Shu, so I can get the Master Raichu later on down the line. After a bit more investigating, I arrive over Randolph Town, and there's not really a lot to do here. I do see why the dickhead, and just watch him walk around his room like a little bitch. I go to the next house and get the HM for Rock Smash, and I eventually find one patch of grass that was hidden away, and I obtain a Rhyhorn, which was good because I love Raiden, he's absolutely ace. Not as good as Rhyperior, but still good, so I called it Horny. Yes, I'm very mature. I do some grinding and now my Yokozuna picks up Shadow Punch, which is brilliant. It gives me coverage against those pesky ass psychic types. I head to Morville City again, and although I'm 10 to 15 levels higher, it's still hard to fight the minions. This gym is a pain in the arse as there are loads of hidden switches that start making it a right pain in the arse for me to go forward. One of the minions was a double battle and it has proven to be quite difficult. Sadly, I did lose my freshly obtained lock, which was gutted because its typing was very good. I realised that I'm definitely going to have to grind for this. To grind again I did, and I wasn't even at Watson yet. I smashed the last minion with Yoko and he was really proving to be my monster and definitely my best one on my team. But I still go with some last minute grinding before we go in. I was terrified of this match. Simply terrified. Watson is laughing at me as he knows what's ahead, the cocky bastard. He first sends out Jolteon, so I send out Yokozuna, who removes it in 1. Electabuzz then uses Psychic. What the hell? When does suddenly Electabuzz learn Psychic? But I managed to remove it with a Cross Chop. Lantern is next and it too is removed. Ooh, I'm halfway there and it's going okay so far. Next was Ampharos and I nearly got the 4th one-hit KO, but it takes another blow to put it down. Now Yokozuna has done all it can, so I have to switch. But I know that Raichu is going to have Surf and I can just see it now. So I bring in It's a Trap, who I thought I was going to lose, and I was correct. I switched in Lordshoot to fight its older kin and was able to get rid of it thanks to Seismic Toss. Finally it's Manectric and I switched to Horny, who takes it out in 1, the git. Screw you Watson, screw you. I place It's a Trap in the RIP box and it's now starting to fill up. So after 3 badges, this team has gone through a hell of a lot and there's still so much of this game to go. I think I'm going to have to manage any new mons I obtain quite well so I can have them in the back just in case I lose a lot of mons in one go. But with that, my honest arseholes, thank you very much for watching. Part 2 will be coming in 3 weeks time, but I would love to hear all your thoughts in the comments below and I will try and do my best to get in touch. And until next time, I've been HPT, bye bye.